is a test show, which means
look at that, how about that? Next up, I'm going to need someone who loves horror films, preferably a young lady who's got a very good scream on her.
stand right here.
Right there? Hand up there? Come on, let that young lady through there. Come on up and join us. Show's going to start in just a few moments, folks. Get you inside there, guys. Have a great time. We thank you all for joining us. You guys are our pass holders, right? We thank you for all joining us, taking time out on our very special day. We'll see you in a little bit. We'll get our screamer over here.
Let's try that one more time. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Don Burgess. I'm the producer of the show, and we would like to welcome all our pass holders to the special preview. Give yourselves a hand. Our pass holders are a very important part of the Universal family, so we're glad that you're here to see the show before it opens tomorrow, and give us some feedback and give us a chance to preview the show for you today. Special effects have been a part of Universal for a long time. There's always been a special effects show. And what we've done here, for those of you who come here all the time, as we know you do, we've taken the best elements from the previous show and then added a lot of new elements and surprises for you. So we hope you like it and have a good time. Let's hear that cheer one more time. All right. We're looking forward to you giving the performers that great support. So we're going to start the show in a few minutes, and thank you for coming.
The Universal logo has been around for so long, and it's so iconic. My task was to take on this great theme and do something new with it. We want to utilize the classic melody that we all know and bring it into the 21st century, but still really be respectful of what Jerry Goldsmith had originally written. Okay, let's roll it. I want it to be a celebration of all of the great movies Universal's done over the years. Connecting the past with the present, the main line that we've always heard in the horns, that's still there, but you have the movement of the music underneath it. I had a few sneak peeks at the visuals that were being worked on, the glow coming in and the letters spinning around and seeing the cityscapes. That was a huge influence for me, to add choir. There's also kind of a sparkly, shimmery type of thing throughout the piece that I've done with violins. It gives it kind of the magic feel. And at the end of the piece, I have a whole drum cadence.
The thing that I think people really latch onto is the bass drum there.
I use drums from around the world, like djembes and African drums. And I thought that was kind of a nice way to bring that idea of Universal Pictures being global.
Very nice. Give me chills.
It's pretty incredible that every time I now see a film by Universal, I'll hear the logo music that I conducted. It cues you in to say, okay, put away the phone, stop eating your popcorn for a split second, pay attention. It's a huge honor.
Joining us here today. My name is Mike, and today we are going to give you guys a behind-the-scenes look at how we create movie magic. Now, as you might know, the word movie is a nickname for motion picture, and in the earliest days of filmmaking, it must have truly seemed like magic. Now, in the late 1800s, the Pettibone Brothers Manufacturing Company produced magic lanterns like this right here, which were widely used by traveling showmen to project images onto white backdrops. Now, just think of what that must have been like. So you're sitting in a darkened tent. The white backdrop is revealed, and a single image appears. Then, when viewed in the right order, in the right light, and at the right speed, that image seemed to come to life, creating a magical new world. Making movies on this very location for over 100 years. And in that time, they have gone on to produce some of the most memorable moments in Hollywood history.
Hold on to your butts.
Not bad for 100 years, huh? Please welcome to the stage my co-host, Matt.
Hey everybody! Thank you so much for that intro, Mike. Now the basic concept behind the filmmaking process has remained the same. To make you, the audience, believe that everything you see is real.
That's right. Now today's filmmakers have more tools than ever. High-tech cameras, super fast computers, but they still rely on a category of effects so distinctive they're called special.
In fact, one of the oldest forms of special effects are practical effects, and they're done on set in front of a camera. And our first example of a practical effect will be models. Universal's 1933 film, The Mummy, made use of miniature effects, including scale models, like the ones you see right here in the title shot. And we know that's a model because the real pyramids don't have letters on the backside. When Universal relaunched the film, the Sphinx that you see in that opening shot right there, that is this Sphinx that you see right here. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the actual model used in the making of that film. And I gotta tell you, the detail on this is amazing. I think Mike would agree, models are still an excellent way to fool a camera.
That they are. Now another technique which was revolutionary for the time, but is still used today because it too fools the camera, is the glass mat. In the terrifying film The Birds, the brilliant Alfred Hitchcock had matte paintings created to help achieve the eerie vision he wanted for the town of Bodega Bay. Take a look at our side screens. Now you'll see in this literal bird's eye view of the town, only the parking lot and the fire are real, as you can see as we take that away right there. The rest was painted on a glass mat. They would slide it into place, and then they incorporated footage of the birds, and it helps complete the effect.
So already we've shown you two examples of a practical effect, the models and the glass mat.
Well, there's another category of practical effects that involve performers and not just props. Practical stunts.
Did someone say stunts?
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Special Effects Show Stunt Department.
Yeah! Hey Mike,
Yeah, man.
why don't we get a cool entrance like that?
We got these nice pants on. Now, you might not recognize their faces, but you've definitely seen them work in numerous film and television productions. Sometimes they even perform as stunt doubles for some of your favorite stars. You know, now we were rappelling in, these guys did it. Where was your cool entrance, Alex?
Go ahead.
Yeah! Now let me introduce the guys. That right there was Mr. Alex Wasserman. Over here we have Mr. Ryan Green, and we have our stunt coordinator, Mr. Michael DeCamp. Now, guys, let me ask you this. Would you say that almost always a stunt performer like yourselves will double for actors during fight scenes?
Absolutely, Mike. Actors do not like to get kicked in the face.
Sorry, kicked in the face?
Like so. And he's up and ready for take 2. There he is.
Can you break that down for us, technically speaking?
Yeah, sure. He stands there and I kick him in the face.
There you have it. You guys get to work. Now, when choreographing a fight scene, the art of illusion is incredibly important. All the moves have to be as realistic as possible to fool the camera without anyone getting injured, and it's up to these guys to make it all believable. Let me set the scene for you. So, exterior, darkened alley, dead of night, a couple of nefarious characters are lurking about. Ready, and action! Whoa. Hold on, man, hold on.
What's up, man? Let's go.
Something our friends out here should be trying at home, right? Yeah, that's correct. Leave that with you. We'll see you guys a little bit later again. Now, did you guys hear all those dynamic sounds that were at? We had the punches being smashed into the dumpster like that, the hat that was being landed on right there. There's actually a term for adding those sound effects, right, Matt?
That's right, Foley. Now, you may have heard the term Foley, which is the process of adding sound effects to films after they're shot, but do you know its origins? Jack Foley started here at Universal Studios back in 1914 during the silent movie era. Now, when talkies came along, the microphones they were using were only picking up the actors' dialogue, so all the other sounds had to be added to films later. Jack Foley and his small team, they would project their films on the screens while at the same time record a single track of audio that was picking up their sound effects live. As you can imagine, their timing had to be perfect, because every single footstep, every single door closing had to be in sync with the actor's movements. It was an amazing amount of work, and a lot of his elements are still being used today. But instead of talking about it, why don't we show you how it's done with the help of our volunteers?
Please welcome the Perea family.
Excellent. Where are you guys from? El Paso, Texas. I love your cheese. So you guys are going to help us demonstrate the art of Foley, how these everyday objects can be used for something completely different in a film. For instance, this water bottle. This can be used to make the sound of a bone break. Now that is something you guys can try at home. But before we get into this, let's show you how it's done with the professionals. Take a look at your side screens. On one side, you're going to see the Identity Thief, a high-octane fight scene with Melissa McCarthy and Jason Bateman. And on the other side, you're going to see Universal's Foley artist hard at work.
Now I have a plan.
Pretty easy stuff, right? Alright, let's see how you guys do. Now before you guys, you see a lot of props, alright? Now you've got these handcuffs. These handcuffs are going to be used to make the sound of handcuffs. Over here, you got a cowbell and a spoon, that'll be for the toaster hit. You've got some boxing gloves for the throat punch and for the face slaps. Down here, these are rolled up phone books that have been taped up. That'll be making the sound of a body hitting the ground. And down here on the end, you've got my most fun thing. This is our crash box, alright? Spin it one way, tilt it back the other. Make sense? Good. So keep one eye on the monitor, another eye on your cue lights. When they light up green, that's when you guys are going to make your sounds. And don't be shy. Really get in there and make a lot of noise, alright? So let's go ahead and get started. Let's roll the clip, record sound, and action. And cut! Give them a nice big round of applause, right? They did great. Come on down this way for me, guys. Now you may have noticed in that clip something sounded like it was missing. But listen to how it sounds when we add back in the actor's dialogue, add in the soundtrack, and listen to these Foley experts at work. Take a look at your side screens, guys.
Get over here and give me your wrist. Okay? Now I have a plan.
Perfect job! Give them a nice round of applause. They did a great job. Right this way, you guys.
Now, Identity Thief is a great comedy, and Universal has made great films in every genre, but the studio has really made its mark over the decades by producing some of the industry's most memorable horror films. Let's take a look. Pretty scary stuff, right? Now that was all created through the use of some very special horror effects. And now, emerging through the shadows, I am joined on stage by some of Universal's classic monsters. We've got Dracula, Chucky and his bride, Michael Myers, Imhotep the Mummy, Phantom of the Opera, and of course, my personal favorite, Mother Mesa. Please welcome our next volunteer.
Everybody say hi, Mary Alice!
Hi, Mary Alice.
Stand right here for me.
Now, Mary Alice was chosen because she has a very impressive scream. Now, Mary Alice, let me say this. Let's say you're at the base motel, Norman Bates appears out of nowhere with a giant knife. How are you gonna scream?
Whoa. She's done that before.
I think it's gonna work. Yeah. You saw that fight scene, right, with the stuntmen? They have a very high pain threshold. My question is, do you?
Well, do you?
Good. Because our next demonstration involves movie blood. Does anyone know what Alfred Hitchcock used for blood in his film Psycho? Just go ahead and shout it out. Very good. Chocolate syrup. Very good.
Unison, yes, chocolate syrup. Because Psycho was a black and white movie, they could get away with that. But nowadays, movie blood has to be so much more realistic. So to help us demonstrate that, we're going to use Mary Alice's blood.
Mary Alice, thank you for giving us a hand.
Literally. Now, kids, please do not try this at home.
Yeah, thank you. That's a very good point. Yeah, just try it at a friend's house.
That's correct. Go ahead, let's get that arm out there.
Yeah, let's get an arm up there.
There we go. We need a new one for our carts.
Yeah, hold on a second. Here we go.
Oh, no, Mike,
What?
come on. You're not going to use the machete again.
What am I thinking? I'm sorry. Yes. We'll use this. Much sharper. Okay, go ahead and put your arm right there for me. All right, everybody take a look at the side screens on the count of 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Scream! She's okay. This is a classic cinematic horror technique, everybody. This is a Hollywood blood knife. You'll see right over here, it's a fake blade with a cutout that fit over Mary Alice's hand. And in the handle here, we have a pump full of movie blood. We can control the amount of blood that we want to get out there. And just like that, it gets cleaned up, makes a little bit of a mess.
Oh man, I gotta get out of here. Mary Alice, you are a bleeder.
Yeah. All right, Mary Alice, let's get away from the crime scene here, all right? Let's have a round of applause for Mary Alice here. Oh, wait. You have a camera on you by any chance? Look at that, right there. You have a phone, right? A camera on the phone? Let's see what we got. Can you pull up the app here? We're gonna get a picture. We got our classic Universal monsters out here with you. I know, confusing, right? Yeah. Are we taking a selfie? I want to go with you here. Yeah, with the monsters, not me. If you want to take a picture with me, that's fine. Here we go. We'll get in the center here. There you go. Perfect. Okay. Get back here. Just strike a pose. Get the monsters around you there. There you go. Ready? Okay. On the count of 3. Ready? 1, 2, great. Michael Myers, go home. Go home, Michael Myers. You should have seen the look on your face. Guess what? You can. Take a look. Let's give a round of applause for Mary Alice here. Thank you very much. Let's hear it for her. Now that blood knife is an old school practical effect. We're not going to talk about visual effects. These are effects created with the use of computers, such as motion capture. Please welcome back my co-host, Matt. Looking good.
Stay in school, kids.
Ready to do this?
Now better than never.
All right, let's bring up the perimeter sensors, guys. Now those markers reflect light back to sensors, which a computer then captures as movement. Guys, can we get the capture, please? Perfect, there we go. Every one of those markers is represented by a dot. Now let's go ahead and start off in a T pose. Put your arms to the side for me.
Yeah, like this?
Perfect. We do this to mark the beginning of every take. What are you doing?
It's not my suit.
It is now. All right, let's go ahead and get some upper body movements. Take your left finger and touch your nose. Now your right finger. Good. Do your left again. Let's do one more with the right. Okay, upper body's calibrated. Let's do some full body movements. And let's start off with good jumping jacks, then maybe just run in place for me.
Sure. Can you?
Yeah. Now see, what they'll do is with that digital skeleton, they will then shrink the aspect ratio to whatever it is that they're building. Once they do that, they will then layer on a wire frame, as you see right there. Now with the wire frame, we can add digital skins to create whatever we need. We can turn it into an ape like King Kong, a mummy, or in the case of Matt here, as you see, we're having a little fun with him. We've turned him into a cute, cuddly teddy bear.
Oh, yeah.
But you're not just any teddy bear. You are now Ted from Universal's Ted, Matt.
Oh, that's sweet.
Pretty good, huh? Let's say, you've seen Ted, the movie. What would Ted do?
Oh, he loves to dance.
That channel you're in, Ted. Let's see.
Here we go. Let's break it down for you.
What do you got?
Ah, yeah.
The ladies are all looking at you, Matt.
Oh, here for the ladies. Yeah. Smack that butt. Yeah.
I should have known better. You get what you asked for. Hey, Ted, what do you think of the show so far, my friend?
That's why I watch these things. It's like a cool behind-the-scenes thing that you wouldn't know.
Thunder Buddies, Ted.
Thunder Buddies for life.
All right, let's give a round of applause for my co-host, Matt here. Now, fun fact. Film Tippett Studios created a very special mocap suit for Seth MacFarlane so he can act and direct at the same time. Let's take a look at the geniuses behind Universal's Ted.
We were able to do Ted in a completely lifelike way and to use technology in a way that it really hasn't been used to date. What that technology does so well is it takes fantastical characters and makes them as realistic in movement as possible.
Pretty cool, huh? But as far as technology has come with CGI and visual effects, some things just look better when they're real. Like fire. Let's take a look at some fire stunts in some classic Universal films. Take a look. As you can see right there, one of the most exciting but also most dangerous aspects of filmmaking is undoubtedly a fire stunt. Now please welcome back our top-notch stunt department to show us how they execute a live fire burn. Now, on stage here, the man in the center there, that is Mr. Ryan Green. That is the man of the hour to be set on fire. We've got our stunt coordinator, Mr. Michael DeCamp, and Alex Wasserman, who will be acting as safeties for this particular stunt. Now, if you can tell, there's a bit of a glow over Ryan there. He's not sweating. That is a protective gel that he's putting over all the exposed areas of his skin. Under the eyes and the nostrils, behind the ears. We've got Michael back there acting as a set of eyes as well for areas that he cannot see behind him. They've got to get this everywhere on top of him there. Now, so you know what it's like when you're putting on sunscreen, you go to the beach and you miss a spot. Imagine missing the spot and you're going to be set on fire. Not good. Now, he is now standing on the prep blanket where Michael will then apply the fuel to him. We've got Alex standing by with our extinguishers in case of a premature ignition. Extinguisher 1, check. Thank you, Alex. Extinguisher 2, check. Thank you, sir. Now, at the completion of this stuff, Ryan will then move down to this fire blanket where he will wait to be extinguished. At this point, we are looking for a thumbs up. If for any reason we get a thumbs down, we immediately call in a medical team to assist.
Alex, we're not ready to fuel. Would you let him know?
Yes, ready to fuel.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Ryan, you ready to fuel? Good.
Ready.
Fuel.
Thank you, sir. Now, this is a very good time for me to mention, these are trained stunt professionals using specially designed equipment. They have years of training doing this kind of thing. Please never attempt anything like this on your own. What they're doing is they're applying the fuel. As you know, fire travels upward, so the placement is incredibly important. Now, this is Ryan's 10th burn. He's going to be going for approximately 8 to 10 seconds. Again, this is up to him during the stunt. All right. During this stunt, ladies and gentlemen, please remain seated. Let us dim the lights and also set our clocks to 0, please. Michael, I'm going to leave the set to you, sir.
I need 30 seconds to finish fueling.
Absolutely, 30 seconds. Again, as you see, Alex, we've got our safeties as well as our crew technicians in the back. We have 4 fire extinguishers with the double redundancy there just in case of any kind of emergency. They are also battling the time clock. Thank you, sir. That fuel has a very high evaporation rate, so once they put it on, they have a limited window to which to complete this stunt. Gloves are being removed, placed in the safety container, safely away from the stunt.
Alex, you ready?
Ready.
Ryan, you ready to burn?
Ready.
We're ready.
Ready, and action.
Light it. Lit. Tough to top that last up, but I think we can with our next 2 volunteers. Please welcome to the stage Nicole and Drew. Come on down here, guys. Now, Drew, if you haven't guessed it yet, you are going to be playing the part of an astronaut in a science fiction. Yes, pretty obvious, isn't it? You're playing an astronaut in a science fiction film. Nicole's staying here right with me. Now, have you ever dreamed of being an astronaut? Ever thought of it as a kid? A pilot, close enough. Well, now we're going to put you in the hands of Mike here. He's going to get your helmet on. You're going to go with him. Nicole, you're going to come with me over here. I promise I wouldn't embarrass you. We're going to have some fun though with him, all right? Just stay right there for you because, Nicole, let's see here, have I got a surprise for you. Now that right there is our Fisher flying rig. It is a highly sophisticated computer-controlled cable device which we use to simulate flight. Sound confusing? No, okay, good, because we got an app for that. You figure with everything here. You should see this. Gotta get in frame. There we go. 1 second. Just dismiss that. There we go. Okay, we're back. Now, as you'll see right here, come on over here. We'll block the camera. There we go. Now, as you'll see here, right here, this will control. I've disabled it. That's our enable button. I'll tell you to push that. This controls them up and down. And then we've got this whole purple grid, which you can have some fun with them. We'll just take them in all different directions and stuff like that. You're laughing already. Sounds good, huh? Okay, good. So we're going to come over here. You're going to put your hand inside that. And right there, you got the little sleeve behind. There we go. Okay, well, so I'm going to check in with Drew here. Just stand right here for me. All right. Like how we looking, Drew? We looking good? Sit into it. He's in good hands. We got our stunt coordinator here. Very good. Let's see. We good? Thumbs up? Good. Thank you, Mike. Any last words for your wife? He says he loves you. Sorry, what was that? You're taking her on a shopping spree to Rodeo Drive. Oh. No spending limit. Good man. All right. Now to complete this effect, we're going to use a technique called rear projection. Guys, can we bring up the background plate, please? There we go. Now we're high above Earth. All right, let's go ahead and start. Hit enable. Okay, now in the green, let's take him up. Oh, she's saying, oh God. Okay, Drew, shoulders back, chin up, legs out. Very natural. Okay, go ahead. We'll take him. Let's move him forward. Just move him that way. There you go. Now, Drew, go ahead and wave out for the space station. Just wave. Oh, no, too much. Push stop. Oh, just pull it back. There you go. We're going to reset. We'll set him back to 1. You take 2. We'll be okay. There you go. All right, hit disable. Good. Just back. There you go. All right, let's take 2. Put him up again. Enable. Good. There you go. You know what you're doing. We're moving. Oh, too close. Get your arm in there. Good. You can try it around. Have some fun with him. He can't do anything to us now. He's up there. You go. All right. You're just. I'm not doing anything. That's all her. Yeah. Oh, no. A little too much on the power there. Hold on a second. This is going to make an awkward car ride home. Okay, hold on. Just don't touch anything real quick. I'm going to get him. All right, let's hear a round of applause for Drew here. Did you make her mad earlier today? I don't know what you did. No, come on, that makes it look like I did it. I don't know, just mash it around. You're just pushing, or you're just mashing it around, whatever. Is that okay? He's gonna bring it back to. All right, let me take this over. Maybe this had something to do with the 3% battery. He's update, doesn't it? Yeah. All right. Just do me a favor. Come on. We're gonna get him out there. So much for being a pilot, huh? I don't think that was in his future. Come on over with me here. All right, he's all right. Oh, we're gonna get you on the clip there. Here you go. All right. Let me see. There we go. In the back there. All right, give your wife a hug there, Drew. There you go. Let's hear a round of applause for him. Now, as we said earlier today, the concept of special effects is to make the audience believe that everything they see is real. Hey, give it up, my partner, crying Drew. Everybody out here, Drew. Give him a hug. There he is, the true man of the hour. Ladies and gentlemen, how about a round of applause for all of our volunteers here today? We'll see you in the movies and have a great day here at Universal Studios Hollywood, the entertainment.